Hey, welcome to our channel. Today we're at Jennings Wing Cars. Bob Jennings. I'm sure most of you know Bob. This is the white car that Bob drove to Alaska. You can look up, he's got a Facebook page. There's more content about this vehicle. That was the one that was driven to, I know you've seen it at, certainly McCacken. There's the judge's book from McCacken. I've certainly certified this vehicle. Has a WISE validation reports. All of Bob's wing cars have the validation reports. And Bob just added a new one to his collection, which we're here looking at right now. So I'll walk over into the shop and we'll take a look at this. This is a benchmark vehicle. It is a 29,000 mile Survivor SuperBird. This is it, the originally purchased in Ohio. Trunk is amazingly clean. Original spare wheel. Well, certainly what's indicative of Survivor cars, you see underneath the lip, that's usually corroded. Pretty standard stuff. Jack. Somebody unfortunately has already torn this, but it is an original mat. The floor is immaculate. And like I always like to do, as you know, climb into the trunk. I've already been in this trunk, but something I want to point out to you, and I've shown you before, are these little patches. These adhesive patches that you typically find on Survivors. Right there. Those are put on when they set the weather strip in, and it keeps it in place while the glue actually dries. It's interesting, some of the, if you will, sealer that's in this trunk. Another interesting detail. So if you look at the latch, one painted bolt, one unpainted bolt. My theory is that when they loaded up the bolt into the fixture, painted it, and then they lost one of the bolts. All the glass is original. I've been through all the die-lot stamp numbers. There's something else I want to point out. You notice how the slider is painted? That's a mistake that a lot of restorers make. They don't paint the slider. That slider should be painted. This particular one, we were fortunate. We didn't have to mutilate the rubber to grab the secondary VIN number. Very pronounced on this car. Coming around to the side, something I want to point out, and then we're going to look at some other details. So when a vehicle is built, the doors are taken off when it's painted. Out of the body shop, doors are taken off. They're sent over to a separate line where the doors are assembled. So this one has 1 for door number 1. Coming around to this side. There you see door number 2. That way they're able to match them up when they marry them together again. So the radio was not working properly, so we're working on that. But what I want to point out while we're in this vehicle is this may be the cleanest fuse block I've ever seen. It is practically brand new, just like the day it was installed. And as you see, there's an F3 OK. That's a typical inspection mark from Lynch Road in 1970. And when they were building the dash, the instrument panel, IP it's called, that was, I'm sure, the inspector mark that checked it off. It was inspected. So let's see if we can peek into this under the dash. I mean, this is certainly extremely clean and nice. You see the plating on the fasteners are right. You see the grease. I mean, the speaker still has the ink stamp. He has the Chrysler carpet in there, and even little stuff like this that's just amazing is when you look at the actual condition of the ashtray. A little bit of corrosion in there, but there's the Dilat stamp number. Look at the plating on that, just amazing. All the pieces in this car are just incredible. We've gone through, checked everything. Front shocks are original. Ball joints, upper lower ball joints are original. Inner and outer tie rods are original. Even got Richard Petty's signature right there. That's always a nice thing to have on a SuperBird. Still has the original steering column lock instructions. We'll come over to the other side and look at the gauges in a minute. All the seatbelt tags are in place. We've documented every single one of those, and they are absolutely like new. All the glass, proper date codes on it. Something else, if you look at the quarter panels, I mean, these are all original. You see there's a cutout. That's for the checking fixture. And ultimately it goes into the jig when they're doing your base and gate. Side apertures are called gates. So that's the fixture for the gate. Date code's perfect. Doors close like brand new. Another little detail I want to point out that it's going to be hard to pick up, but your squirters, you know, the tips of these squirters should be black, and this one is black. It's just unfortunately just can't get a good light in there to show you. All the tips that protrude out should be black. There's the typical Lynch Road mark, a single dimple. Signifies this was built in the body shop in the first shift. Under the hood, very few things have been changed. Carburetor's been rebuilt. Original voltage regulator, ballast resistor, the hoses have been replaced. We have the hoses. Alternator's original, horn's original. It's been touched up a little bit. The washer bottle, I know we're not gonna be able to pick this up, but let's give it one shot. There you can see 294 of 9. There's the part number. The date is at 2828284 of 69. This is for sure a benchmark vehicle, if there ever was one. Aftermarket battery. We've got the original radiator. Stamping on the motor, 1120 F440, 1120 HP. Cooler's right, fans proper. The writing on the end of the valve cover, unfortunately, is gone. Original master cylinder cover, as you would expect. Original wiring harnesses. Tags with the part numbers. And you can see on the side of the master cylinder. Let's see if we can get that. E, you can see that writing right there on the side identifies it as an original assembly line unit. So going through, as you know, we recorded all the die lot stamp numbers on the hinges, certainly on the hood. Go coming around to the front. VIN number is stamped very pronounced. That is untypical to see that on a SuperBird, to see it that deep and tight. Somebody took care in putting that in there. Die lot stamp numbers, we've already checked them on here. Right there, 47, pretty typical for SuperBirds. All the nose components original, all the lines. You can see the position of the tape. All this has certainly been recorded. Master cylinder has been rebuilt like you would expect. The vacuum hose is original. Air cleaner, the air filter is original. Under the hood's just in exceptional shape. Pin's never been out. See, this has the silver rivets in it. See the crudely welded quarter panels in the corner. There's the die lot stamp number you look for original quarters. Tire pressure. Door panels are impeccable. Look at that distributor. I'm sorry. It's getting late in the day. Look at the odometer. I was saying about the distributor, about the only thing that was changed on the distributor, they put a Pertronics in there. And Bob took it back to original. 28,915. So we're gonna try to get a couple shots under the dash. It's pretty amazing under there, as you could appreciate it. Original carpet. Here's some details often overlooked during restoration. You see the tape. Look at the pivot for the brakes, how clean that is. Pull down another detail you typically see on a Unrestored car. You see the stamp, the inspection stamp, again, when they're building the steering column up. That verifies that the inspector has looked at it. Look at the accelerator pedal. This is a properly restored accelerator pedal. It's another area that's often overlooked. Love the floor mats. Put a paint density meter on. 6.0, 4.0, 4.0. Come to the back panel. 3.0. 4.5. 6.5, that seems a little heavy. Let's try somewhere else. 5.0. 4.5. Something's wrong there. There we go. So I'd say the 7.5 is a bad reading. Should be 3.5. 4.5, there you go. Door paint is a little thin here. 3.5. Let's try the top. I would expect it. 4.0. Standard mirror. Well, I hope you enjoyed the short video of this great car. There'll be more videos than this to come. We appreciate you tuning in and subscribing. This report, we'll get this posted. We'll complete it in the next couple weeks. It's always a pleasure to look at such a clean, original Survivor and have the opportunity to document every square inch of it. I think we took 20, probably close to 2,000 images of this vehicle, every square inch of it. And of course, you see in the distance that is Bob's Survivor, Hemi Daytona, and assortment of other birds. It's always a pleasure to come here. Give you one last look at the bird that went to Alaska. If you've never seen it, again, check Bob's website, Bob Jennings Wing Cars. You can find all about this car that drove to Alaska. Thank you very much.